Hello and welcome back to Grim Survival. I made it. I think I'm even on time, which I was planning on being late, but here I am. I don't have coffee for this one, which is a tragedy, but I'm trying to cut back on my coffee consumption anyway. I have to make that bag last half a year because of 2 pounds, according to my own calculations. A bag of coffee that is 8 pounds should last 365 days. So 2 pounds given, probably I'd say about 100 days. I'd say something like that. Uh, it's not lasting that long. I can tell you that. So how is everyone? I see JT, Cat Lady 23 or Cat Lady Prepper 23 Meow. I almost misspoke your name. How tragic. Joe Morgan, I see you out there. Old people are a menace. My dad reenacted scenes from The Exorcist. Did I miss something? Do I gotta scroll up here? I haven't been in the chat. Sparky's Run, welcome to the Gremlin Nation. Thank you for joining. SHTF Engineering, hello. D, I see the first comment from D is, how is Texas getting help from this? I need help getting busted pipes repaired in North Texas. Shut up, phone. Shut up. Phones, you're not allowed to make noise. Why is the phone making noise? I didn't tell the phone it was allowed to do that. Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. How is Texas getting help from this? Let's just get right into that. 8 pounds of coffee would last about a month. I only got 2 pounds of coffee. It's probably about 3 weeks old, so I'm not that bad. But I'm the only one drinking it, so that's helpful. But yeah, how to help Texas. So currently, what we are doing to help Texas is, if anybody caught Angry Prepper's live stream last night, you will know I was there, kinda. I had a flashlight in my face the whole time. It was rather annoying, but I was there. But yeah, how we're doing this currently, the initial stages of what we are putting together here is just donating to food banks in Texas. And if you want to participate in that, if you have anything you can donate, give $1, $2, whatever it is, whatever you can do. If you can't do anything, that's fine. If you can do anything at all, that's helpful. Link is in the description. I believe I named it Help Texas Here. That is going to take you to Alaska Preppers charity account that he has set up. And at current numbers, I believe he said in his live stream just a little while ago that he was up to $6,000, and that is all going to Texas food banks. Additionally, we are going to try to set up supplies and more support for people that are in need of other things. Um, the logistics of that still needs to be worked out, how we're going to do that, and everything else really just, it's going to take, a few weeks to get all that worked out. Now, I am personally trying to tie this all into the Bug Out Network, which I have made a lot of progress on with the help of certain people. Thank you. You know who you are. I have made a lot of progress on the Bug Out Network. The only thing left to do with the Bug Out Network before it is completely online and active is set up the website and take donations so we can do the 501c, and that's pretty much it. I mean, everything else is good to go on there. I have all the paperwork done. I'm still penciling in some of the location data into the spreadsheet that I have, but that's just, it's not anything that prevents me from getting started. If there is anybody in Texas that uh, or anybody near Texas that can offer support for Texans in any way, feel free to email. I do have some links or some contacts in Texas through the network, and I will see if they need any help. If any of them are here, send me an email, let me know. I'm going to go through the contact list here in a little bit and contact anybody in the Texas area that possibly would need help. So, yeah, a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. That being said, the GNN video that I normally have up on Mondays or the last 2 Mondays is probably going to be delayed to Tuesday or Wednesday. I have recorded quite a bit of it, but I'm still waiting on a certain thing to be sent to me from a certain person so that I can finish that video up. And I'm also adding a lot more special effects to the video, so editing it takes a lot longer than it typically would, which the normal GNN videos were about 4 hours of editing. This one's probably taking 6 to 7 hours of editing. So yeah, it's delayed for a day or two. I do have a premiere video coming up tomorrow morning, as I recorded a backup plan just in case. So yeah. So I hope everyone is doing well today. Northern Grow Hobbies, hello. Mike, yeah, Discord server. It's so much easier to contact me through Discord. So much easier. I have Discord linked to my phone. I have Discord linked to my computer. You can send me a direct message on Discord and you will get almost an instant reply within minutes, I would say, typically, unless I just walk away from my phone or my computer and tell everybody to F off for the day, which tends to happen. So, yeah, I got to say, the last several days, I have gotten a lot of rest. I have slept a lot more. I have drank a lot less coffee. I'm very much rested, but back at it again today. I'm missing something I was looking for. I'll have to remember it here in a minute. Naughty D Dreeds. That I'm not even sure how to say that, but hello and welcome to the insanity. Uh, yeah. So anyway, Bug Out Network is potentially going to be converted into a prepper support network instead of strictly Bug Out Network or Underground Bug Out Railroad. We're potentially going to reorganize this into a larger scale prepper support network, where not only will we have the locations that we already have, which we have over 40 locations in many states that are already up and running, and we can start doing this as soon as I have the ability to get everything organized and where it needs to go. I'm going to start sending emails to people. And how we're doing this currently is we're setting up uh, basically contacts. Anybody that's in a certain region, which we have designated regions where there are locations, I will send you an email and I will send you the contact information through email of the region locations, and you will be able to contact them so that they can do whatever kind of get together, meet up, vetting process they want to do, and that's going to be on a location basis currently. We are expanding this to a 501c nonprofit organization where we are setting up hierarchy and different groups and different stewards in different regions. So each region will have a stewardship, basically somebody in charge of that region. We are also going to try to change the location. We were having it set up individual locations so that every location had a check-in point. We figured it's a better idea to have two designated representatives in each individual state, that you will meet up with them and they will pass you the information you need to get to the next step. This is going to be for security measures for the locations themselves, to try to make sure there is an extra tier of security, keeping the bad people from, putting everybody in the dungeon. So don't show up near my house because I'll put you in the dungeon. I'm just warning you right now. Keep that in mind. Anybody showing up here, you're going in the dungeon, period. All right. SHTF Engineering 501c3 is not changing anything. That is for my protection and the protection of the leadership group of this, so that we don't get hit by the IRS. It does not change location data. Nothing's going online. It's still an underground network. The only thing that is preventing is from when the donations come in and the help with the cost of this come in. It prevents the IRS from knocking on my door and asking me what I'm doing with all this money. So it's another safety feature. So if that is a problem for anybody, then oh well, because that's how it's working. That's how we set up. And I'm not holding anybody's hand here, making anybody do anything they don't want to do. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. That's just that. But this is how we are setting it up for my safety, for my protection from the big G word, to keep them off my doorstep and the doorsteps of the other people involved in setting this up. It's a necessary precaution. Prep for your stead. How's it going? ADHD Alternatives Homestead. Gray Man, what's up, Gray Man? Did y'all know Gray Man has merch? Did you know? I think that kind of faded out a little bit. I think we should start it back up. Gray Man has merch. Anyway, helping Texas is the priority right now. We're still working on setting up the network. We are still going to probably convert this into a larger type thing instead of uh, just a bug out network. Like I said, we're going to set it up for a larger scale prepper support network. Sarah Hancock, how do you find GNN? You are looking at GNN. This is a GNN. Well, the videos are on this channel. You can just, there's a playlist actually. I think I made a playlist. Let me look. I think I made a playlist here for GNN videos. I just warn you, they are incredibly sarcastic. Please read them, not just listen to them. Yes, there are 3 of them, 3 videos in the Gremlin News Network playlist. There we go. I found it. That's amazing. I found it. Additionally, there is another channel, my backup channel, listed in the description. It's called the Gremlin Nation. Those videos are also going up over there. The first 2 are up over there, and I'm going to post the other. The other one's already uploaded. I just forgot to post it. I got too many things to do. It's just, yeah, too many things. Yeah, I got messages coming in on MeWe. I got messages on Discord. I got messages everywhere. It's just, yeah, it's crazy over here. But anyway, why we are helping Texas. I just want to point out that this might be loud. Just, yeah. Yeah, if you've seen me just talking in other people's chats, I am a very sarcastic individual. So, yeah. If you also want a good laugh, there's a playlist up for You Might Be a Prepper videos. I have 5 of those online as well. So if you're looking for entertainment value, those are there. If you look in my adventure playlist, that's camping and fire starting and just wandering around hiking trails and climbing up and behind waterfalls and things that I do during the summer where I don't freeze half to death. I prefer to camp in the winter, I really do, but my vehicles keep crapping out all winter long and I can't get to it. But anyway, just to get into the point why we help Texas, for anybody who has not seen this, I did post this in a video called Texas Aftermath. I'm going to put it up on the screen now and play it for you. It could be a little louder than me, maybe. But that being said, this is why Texas needs our help. So let's just, yeah, let's do it.
Look at that. Look at the fountain. It's iced out.
That's crazy.
Insane.
That's it. Look at my shit, bro. This is it. I mean,
shirts frozen.
Finger on some real shit and then posting that hoe. I would only do it.
You think?
No, that's a fake car. That's the one we saw explode.
This is the worst part right here, in my opinion. That's actually a Jeep Wrangler that you're looking at.
Guys, so this is my house. I don't know what to do. It's all, everything's flooded.
This footage is a week to 2 weeks old.
The heat with aluminum foil, cover it. Here you can see the chai is cooked. I'm making the chai. Can you move the foil, please? And I'm using the candles here and the tissue stand.
This clip is from Houston, Texas. And that house fire or apartment fire was pretty much the end of it. It was, yeah, that's Texas right there. And like I said, this footage was maybe a week or possibly pushing 2 weeks old now. It wasn't that long ago. It just wasn't. So many people there that were not prepared at all for that kind of cold. Texas does not usually see snow like that ever. Houston, Texas maybe snows once every 10 years. And when I say snows, it gets maybe a dusting of snow that is gone the next day. This was a hard freeze for Texas. As you can see from some of the water main pipes that busted over the cars in the parking garage and completely frozen. That was running water that frozen. Do you know what the temperature needs to be for running water to freeze? They're not prepared for that. I mean, even preppers are having issues with this because you live in a climate and you expect the climate to be a certain temperature and a certain way, and suddenly it's not. It really puts a hard time even on preppers, because preppers, they prep for the climate they're in. Typically they don't prep for Arctic conditions in Houston, Texas. They just don't do it because it's not expected. It was never expected, but there it is. And it's just a lesson for everybody. Everybody needs to learn this lesson, that no matter how much you prep, there's always something else you could prepare for, or there's always something that we as preppers miss. No matter what climate you're in, prep for every climate. That is one big takeaway I got from this. No matter where you live, prepare for it to do what it hasn't done before. If you believe things like the grand solar minimum are true, this is a direct result. If you don't believe the grand solar minimum is true, then this is a result of whatever else could be causing climate change in this particular manner. Now, there are the people that say that this is weather control devices and an attack. And, I know it's possible to create rain. You can do it in a jar. I've seen it in laboratories. I've seen it done. It's possible to create rain, therefore create snow. But actually telling the wind which way to blow, I don't think so. And that's my opinion. But yeah. And if you are following the grand solar minimum, that is correct, Sarah. This is just the beginning of it. We are looking at this to steadily get worse over the next 10 to 15 years before it stables off. And the grand total of years before we go back to where we were a couple of years ago is going to be 30 years from now. So the vast majority of us for the next 30 years, if the vast majority of us live that long, are going to be living the next, a good portion of our lives through this grand solar minimum. Some of us will be, not here to see the end of it. But yeah, as for the girl, I'm going to say girl that was crying over her house and all the water everywhere, to me, it is just unacceptable that you don't know what to do in a flood situation when you live in a hurricane zone. How do you not have the general knowledge of how to handle a flood in a hurricane zone? That to me is just unacceptable. I can tell you, I don't live in a hurricane zone. I can tell you how to deal with all the water on your bed and the debris laying all over your floor and the water all over your floor. You get as many towels as you can and you start using them to push the water out the door. You take all the bed clothing off of the bed. The power looked to still be on in that house. She had lights. So you take as many fans as you have, you point them at the mattress after you clean everything off of it, and you let it dry. Get the debris out. You let it dry. Make sure the water's shut off so you're not doing it anymore. And yes, mops, push brooms, towels, whatever you have, even the sopping wet blanket sitting on the bed, drop it on the floor and use it to push the water out. If you have if you have electricity, and judging from the size of her bed and the look of her house, she probably owns a washer and dryer. Throw the blankets into the washer on the spin cycle, then put them in the dryer. They'll be fine. Use the fans on the bed. It'll be fine. Get the debris out. Get the water off the floor. It'll be fine. You can repair water damage to drywall fairly easily. As long as you dry it, there might not be that much damage. So you just go around with your fans and put it on the walls. Dry it. That's how you deal with a flood. If it's not flooding outside and continually pouring in, you just dry it. Arkansas living, how's it going? We're talking about Texas. Ugly Prepper, in case you did not know it, you won something over at the Alaska Prepper live stream. So Ugly Prepper, I believe you won a silver coin. I believe so. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was a silver coin. But yeah, I was in and out during that live stream. But go over there and watch his live stream, figure out what you won and how to tell him you won it so that you can have it sent to you. So yeah, I'm only running this stream for about an hour. I may post a link if anybody wants to chat. Maybe, but I do have things to do this evening. And yeah, getting a lot of messages over on that screen. I really got to figure out how to link my MeWe chat to my phone. I thought I had linked it to my phone, but apparently I didn't. All I'm getting is post notifications. I'm not getting chat. I'm not familiar with the MeWe program whatsoever. But yeah, I'll figure it out. I don't really do social media. I used to, but it's been a long time. Social media things are just annoying to me at this point, and I don't bother with them. So yeah, I forgot I was supposed to post my link over there and I got distracted. I was supposed to post the link to this live stream on my MeWe account so that everyone knew that I was live, and I forgot. There's 49 people in the chat. That's below average. Maybe it's my fault. I forgot to post the link. Oops. Oh well. That's okay. I can read the chat better when there's less people. So how is everyone doing tonight? Mojo Man, how's it going? I hope you found that armor you were looking for. If not, I have other recommendations to send you to, but I'd have to pull up the links. I don't have them right off the top of my head. But the one I was telling you about, I actually have it. And yeah, it'll fit an 8-year-old, my 8-year-old anyway. Josh the Prepper, how's it going? Troll Patrol in the house. Yeah, Arkansas, you want to come on the live? I'll send you the link. We can chat. We can chat about the weather. Uh, Joe Morgan says old people are jerks. If there's anybody in the chat that wants to have that debate with Joe, you go for it. I'm staying out of that. I don't know about that, Joe. I had some grandparents that were really old and they were very nice people, to me at least. Well, I'm glad you got the notifications because usually YouTube does not like sending notifications at all. So, yeah. So, where is Gray Man? I seen you out there. Is it true that when a hurricane comes your way, Angry Prepper is going to come to your house and you guys are going to ride it out together? Because I want in on that because that sounds like fun. I mean, I don't know why, but that sounds like fun. Let's go ride out a hurricane. As long as it's not like a Cat 5 hurricane or anything like that, I'm good. Because yeah, I'm not coming for a Category 5. That's just no. Maybe 3 or below, I might show up for. But if the rest of the state is leaving, I don't know. I don't know if Angry Prepper's there. I just stand behind him. I'm good. I can do that. Uh-oh, Hoot Owl's got you now, Joe. Sarah, that comes directly from NASA. NASA says that the grand solar minimum will last for 30 years. I've read the reports and the articles, and before they said it, Ice Age Farmer did as well. If you want some good information on the grand solar minimum, I encourage you to check out the Ice Age Farmer channel. He has a lot of information when it comes to the grand solar minimum, dating all the way back to 2019 when I was following him and listening to him about it as I was watching it unfold in front of my eyes. When I started this channel, I was making videos of crop failure, I should say, while I was driving semi trucks through the farm belt. And I was watching crop failure. I was watching fields get flooded out. I was watching cornfields, standing corn covered in snow, something I've never seen in my life. And I've lived near cornfields most of my life, and I've never seen them covered in snow. Green standing cornfields covered in snow. It never happened before in my lifetime, at least. And there it was, direct result, I would say. And yeah, those videos are still on the channel somewhere. They're a long time ago. I don't have playlists for everything. I really need to get that made, but yeah, I need to just give somebody access to my channel and let them do it. I think there's a way you can set administrator access to YouTube. Who wants to organize my channel? I'm looking at you, Prep Your Stead. Uh, Yeah, Ice Age Farmer has a lot of good information on Grand Solar Minimum, including food shortages and all kinds of other information. It's a very good resource. I definitely recommend his channel to anybody who hasn't seen it. Also, you can check out SOTT.net. If anybody wants to throw that link up there, that'd be awesome. SOTT.net also uses some of Ice Age Farmer's reports in their news, so that's one reason why I trust them. And they also have a lot of interesting weather reports and solar anomalies, meteorites, and just a lot of everything else on that particular website. The government does not like that website, so therefore it must be true. Just saying. If you haven't noticed yet today, I managed to get my chair to stay up partially. Oh, there we go. My chair is staying up partially. Now, I don't know how long it's going to last, so if I start sinking and get a lot lower, that's what happened. The broken chair. it'll be replaced sooner or later. I'll just put it out there like that. Sooner or later, the broken chair will be replaced. Arkansas living. Who you trolling? I don't know. Anyway, the donate link yet again is in the description for helping Texas. This donation goes directly to Alaska Prepper, who is sending it to one or two food banks, possibly more. I believe he's sending it within the next week or two. I think it's soon, very soon. He's going to be sending that money to help support the food banks in Texas because, as far as I can tell, they are running out of supply. And also, as far as I can tell, federal government support has been laughable at best. Yeah. Arkansas, what you cooking? I want to know what you're cooking, man. Because, yeah. And are you cooking it or is someone cooking it for you? I guess is the first question I should ask. I'll wait for that answer. I will. I'm even moving left and right in my chair. It's not sinking and it's not squeaking. Okay, there's a squeak. Oh, there's a squeak. Ah, there we go again. Awesome. It's supposed to start raining here again. It's been raining on and off for the last 2 or 3 days. And we were 60 degrees today, which was impressive. But the wind started to blow and it's dropping down into the 40s. And I think the high tomorrow's in the 40s, lows back into the 20s. So it's just going to be annoyingly cold. It's not a bad thing for cold. I like cold, but the problem with the cold is when it's cold and wet. Those two things don't go together, in my opinion. Not whatsoever, not even a little. They just don't. So, yeah. Yeah, that was a fart. You're right. I can fart on command. I'm good at it. Yeah, this chair is so broken. I've never had a chair this broken before. If you can see this, I don't know if you can. Probably not. No, that's the armrest. There's duct tape holding that thing on. Yeah, this chair's just broken. Mike, I have been to every part of Texas from all the way out west, all the way up to Amarillo, all the way down to Laredo, all the way down to Corpus Christi. I've been to Galveston. I've been to Beaumont, Houston. Uh, I've been to Laredo. I've been everywhere in Texas. Dallas is one of the worst places I've ever visited in this country. I've been to 45 states currently, and Dallas is one of the worst ones I have ever been to. I hate that city with a passion. I hate that city. And Dallas and Los Angeles are pretty well the same, in my opinion. There's not too much difference between them. Slick 50? What is Slick 50? I've never heard of Slick 50. I have WD-40 sitting around here somewhere. It doesn't help anymore. I've emptied half a can of WD-40 on this chair and it still squeaks. It needs more grease, but there's really no point to it because the chair's leaning this way. So even with grease, I think there's a bend in it and it's just bending it a little more every time I rock in it. Eventually, the bend is going to be a break and we'll be live streaming one day and I'll just disappear or hit my head on what's behind me, which will be interesting. I hope the gremlin can catch me. Maybe. Probably not. Dry graphite lube. Arkansas living, I don't know what you're doing, but I don't need to know all that. I got to scroll up. He said he was cooking something, didn't he? Did he ever tell me what? Let's see. I'm not seeing it. He didn't tell me what he's cooking. I'm going to have to just not say anything until I find out. This might be a very silent live stream. Green Thumb Prepper, how's it going? Everybody go check out Green Thumb Prepper if you haven't done so already. Let's see, I got a list over here. There's that list. That list. Wow, there's a lot of channel links on that list. I can't even find them all. There's too many. I need to put them in alphabetical order. Oh, there we go. That was easy. There we go. I can copy paste. Isn't that special? There we go. Green Thumb Prepper. There's the link. Check him out. He's got good information if you want to grow things like potatoes. We still need to get you on here for a live stream so you can tell me how to grow potatoes properly in a bucket. I need bucket potatoes. I need step-by-step instructions. I've tried to do it several times, and yeah, I end up with these little tiny, like bite-sized potatoes. They taste good though, but I want bigger potatoes. Yeah, Joe Morgan, I don't want to watch that movie. It tells me in my book not to let things like that into my home through things like this screen. And yeah, I'm just not watching any horror movies. I don't do that. It's just against my spiritual beliefs. Let's just put it that way. But I do know, I think, I'm not sure if it's that movie per se, but there are movies made by similar people that are based on true stories. I used to have, well, I still have my CDL. I don't drive anymore. I had a false positive on a drug test that cost me my job. Last job I had was driving a dump truck. Before then, I was over the road. After over the road, I was doing local runs from Indianapolis to Chicago almost every single day, which was very stressful. And then I decided to try out my CDL on dump trucks, which was fun actually. I didn't mind that job, but yeah, and I can prove it's a false positive because I had blood work done 2 weeks before I had that test, and then I had another test right after that that proves without a doubt that it's a false positive. But I still have to wait and go through all the loops and the holes and the rabbit holes and the ignorant government BS to get my CDL reinstated. So, yeah, I'm still waiting for that. I had to make an appointment through whatever these people were and then go sit there and listen to them tell me why I shouldn't do drugs. That'll be fun. I'm going to tell them why I should. Let's see what they say. I don't know. I'm not in Indianapolis. I'm actually about 30 minutes south of Indianapolis myself. So, yeah, you're pretty close. Stalker. No, I'm kidding. But, yeah, maybe I'm not. Beetle burgers? I figured he'd be cooking possum. Oh, wait, he said something. Where was it? I be cooking greens and hamburger steak and brown gravy. Okay. Yeah. Did I get the accent right? I hope I got the accent right. Uh, Northern Girl Hobbies, how are you doing? I see you out there. Combat Bacon, what are you talking about? Oh, yeah, for the drug test. I had to think about that for a minute. That sounded nasty. It could be. It very well could be. You never know. Uh, Joe Morgan, have you been drinking? And if you have, did you bring enough for everybody? All right. I'll probably share the link. Why not? I'm bored. But before I do, I'm going to address something I keep seeing in my comments. I'm going to address it very briefly. I've addressed this once before, and this is going to be entertaining, and I'm going to offend at least two people while I'm doing it. So keep that in mind. There may be a little bit of language in what I'm about to say. So if you have sensitive ears, you might want to just, put the kids in the other room because, yeah. All right. That's your fair warning and my disclaimer. I keep seeing comments about my tooth, that one where I can stick my finger right up in there because it's still kind of there. It's just broken off. And people keep asking me when I'm going to replace my tooth. To you vain assholes, when you pay for it, that's when. Otherwise, keep your damn mouths and your stupid opinions to your damn selves and get out of here. Bye. All right, that's all I have to say about that. People can be so very vain. Even if I had the money to replace my tooth, I would buy more food and not do it still just to annoy more people on this channel. Outright, just to annoy them. Because you're so vain that all you can see is that I'm missing a tooth. Go ahead. Go. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It makes me look more, I don't know, intimidating. People don't bother me because they think I've already got one tooth knocked out. I probably got it knocked out in a fight, and I'd be willing to do it again. So, yeah, I like it. It makes me look a certain way, like you really don't want to mess with me. So it doesn't bother me whatsoever. Yeah, I agree, Northern Girl Hobbies. People really do suck. Not so remote Alaska. Well, you got to sound like somebody. Everybody sounds like somebody on YouTube. The more influence you have from other people, the more you start to sound like other people. So I'm just going to start hanging around Angry Prepper and just listen to nothing but Angry Prepper videos for the next week or two and just see how my vocabulary changes. Yeah, I didn't pull that one because it wasn't bothering me and it was still somewhat useful, especially if you bite people, because then you could get them real good with that broken, jagged tooth up in there and leave a good mark if you like get a good, chunk out of somebody's neck right here. Yeah, works out well. Yeah, there's too many people in the United States, and this is really typical for the United States to be so vain when it comes to people's teeth. It's like, look at the celebrities. Most celebrities don't have real teeth. Most of them have dental implants. And I've looked it up before. Dental implants cost about $30,000 per tooth. One of them is 30 grand. Now I could go have a root canal done and have a fake tooth put in there for right around $1,000. And that $1,000 gets me toxic chemicals drilled into my bone and then a tooth screwed on there that isn't going to do me any good whatsoever. So what's the point? Thanks, Hoot Owl. I'm missing way more than one. I mean, I got another one missing right there, and I got another one missing right there, just in case anybody wants to know. Why are you only worried about the one in the front? Is because I don't smile nice for you? Would I get more subscribers if I could smile nicer for everybody? I mean, who cares? People, stop being so vain. All right, that being said, I copied the clipboard. Now I've got to do the thing with the thing because now everybody knows my rules for joining my live stream. If you have too much background noise, if you have too much background noise and it starts to annoy me, I will mute you. If you're not using a headset and you're echoing really badly, I will mute you. And if you're in the way of other people joining the stream because I've muted you, I will simply kick you. So, yeah, that being said, link is now being posted to chat to join the conversation. Anybody who wants to come on screen and have a chat. Now, remember, if you're coming on screen and you're having a chat through StreamYard, you've never done it before, close the YouTube video, watch it on StreamYard. Otherwise, it's going to create an echo. Also, earbuds also greatly reduce the echo. I don't like hearing myself talk. I do it way too much. And if I'm hearing myself talk as an echo, it's, mute. And I can mute people. As a matter of fact, I don't even have to mute you. They've added new controls. I can just turn you all the way down so that you don't even know you're muted. You're just talking to nothing. And I would find that quite entertaining. I will start making jokes about how many people can read lips in the chat. And yeah. But anyway. Yeah. StreamYard is just a browser program, Cat Lady. All you got to do is click the link and make sure you have a microphone and a camera and earbuds, and then you will appear here on the screen somewhere next to me, and we can talk face to face. StreamYard is very simple to use. When you do click the link, all you got to do is type a name in, and it'll ask you to allow access to your camera and your microphone. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You can go into the settings and make sure you're on the correct camera and the correct microphone if you have more than one. Um, yeah. Hmm. Cat lady, I will not let anybody be rude to you in my chat. I guarantee you that. And yeah, that's just a thing to all the mods. I really don't mind if somebody is trolling me personally. I actually look forward to trolls because it gives me more content and somebody to make fun of. And that's entertaining if they start it. I just find it rather entertaining. So, mods, if they're trolling me, let it go. If they're being mean to other people in the chat, then you can do your thing. But I miss having some trolls. I used to have some good trolls, and yeah, I haven't seen them in a long time. I should check the ban list and unban everybody. I probably got a lot of people in the ban list. I haven't checked it in quite a long time, actually. Let's see. Settings, permissions. Nope, that's not it. Channel, keywords. That's not it. Where is it? Community? Probably under. Yeah, there it is. Approved users, hidden users. Well, I don't got that many. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. I got about 10 people banned from the channel. I thought it would be more than that. But, Joe Morgan, if you want to pop up here and be live with me, then you can tease me. Otherwise, man, I wouldn't recommend it because I'm going to sick hoot owl on you just for fun. Be charming. I haven't been in a good mood for 2 weeks. It's just, yeah. But I see you giving me the middle finger, be charming. There you go. Have one back. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Not
Hey,
too
I was a little
bad.
hasty. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said not too bad. How are you? I like your greenhouse.
Appreciate. Yeah, I was in here just digging everything up and restarting. I got a new zucchini already popping out. Replace
Nice.
some frozen plants. Yeah. I was a little hasty earlier. My comment. I should have thought about it and maybe just sent you an email instead. But I just have a lot of experience with those 501c3s and the restrictions they got.
Yeah.
So I mean, and if it don't apply to everybody, then I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, it
It
doesn't
keeps the guys
apply
off
to
your back.
anybody but me and about four other people, but it's not going to affect any of the network locations or the network users whatsoever. I mean, the only reason they'd even know about it is because I said it on my live stream.
Right.
Otherwise, nobody
Yeah.
would even know it existed. Now, it does give us the opportunity to have voting process between people if they want to do something like that when it comes to what supplies goes where and how we deal with monetization things like that. But it will not affect any of the locations or the people using it. All that data is not online anywhere and won't be ever. It's all
Okay.
being penciled in to the spreadsheet that's been printed out. So yeah.
Cool. Cool. Well, that's great news. I'd be definitely willing to help anybody. You know, I'm growing way more than I need, more than my camp's going to use. And I'm doing that for a reason because I'm pretty sure we'll have stragglers.
Oh yeah.
Just like over this last freeze, we took in 4 refugees, you know. But
That's awesome. If
yeah.
only more people were as capable or willing to do such things.
Yeah. So like my next door neighbor from where I used to live, they lost power for 3 days, you know, and I'm so glad we moved out of there.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hear anybody complain about Grimm's teeth, man. You know.
They do anyway. Some people just look for something to complain about. I mean, that's what they do with their whole days. Like, what can I complain about today? So that's what they
Yeah.
do. I mean, they have nothing better to do with their life. So
Well, I tell you, man. Insurance doesn't cover those all-on-4 bridges and all that with the dental implants and stuff. I went down to that place.
yeah, I know.
I got two estimates from two different places: 55,000 and 60,000,
Yeah.
and you got to pay for that out of your pocket. There's no, insurance for that.
See you later, Green Thumb Prepper. Thanks for joining.
So that's a pretty hard pill to swallow for anyone, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, if you want to get a root canal type of thing done, where they just pull it and they drill one in there, but they put toxic metal in your bones, it's
Right.
not healthy for you. It's completely horrible to have. You should not do it ever.
And then
Um,
they might do it
yeah,
wrong.
and yeah, they might, and they have before. I mean, I have a root canal, and I still have one of these teeth that you can actually see are fake, but that's beside the point. Uh, I'm just not doing it again. It's a very painful experience and it's pointless. It's completely pointless. There's no point to it whatsoever. If
Right.
somebody was
It's
to
a
give me the
yeah.
money to do that, I'd buy food with it. Just saying. Don't send me
That's
money for my teeth. I'm buying food.
right. It's the only medical profession that'll allow for keeping dead material in your body. You
Yep.
know, that's the only one, and it really doesn't make a lot of sense considering the risks.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, you can actually get cancer in your mouth and all kinds of things from root canals. It's detrimental to your health. You can
can
get
poison you.
infections
Yeah.
in your mouth that can go into your brain and kill you by having a root canal.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't do it. Just nope. Now, if somebody wanted to pay the 60 grand for the dental implants that the people in California do to all the celebrities, sure. Yeah, why not? I'll head on over. I'll drive to
Right.
California right now. That'd be fun. Probably get arrested before I left, but yeah, I'd drive over there anyway.
Yeah. Hey, check this out, man. I don't know if you saw some of my videos about making your own lumber.
Yeah,
All this is kiln dried inside this greenhouse too,
nice.
and the fumes from this red oak has kept all the bugs out
Oh yeah,
and kept the pest out of my greenhouse.
yep. Cedar will do that as well. Are you
Yeah.
using a chainsaw mill?
I have one of those cheap Amazon that bolts onto the blade,
Yeah,
and I just use a 1x4 and I split the log up and then where it's small enough to fit on my table saw, you know.
nice.
So I cut
I
all
have
these.
table
These
saw.
are just 3/4. See,
What are you going to
it's
use them
three.
for?
I'm actually gonna make some furniture with it, some
Nice.
bookshelves and stuff. We
Somewhere
run
on
out of
my channel is a
shelves.
video of a kitchen table I made and matching benches and a coffee table that I built. Somewhere
Yeah,
on there. I don't remember where, but
this,
it's there somewhere.
this is my favorite piece. So check this wood grain on this. This is spalted a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna slab that out and make a tabletop with that. But it's just got a lot of cool features.
Yeah,
But
that's
that'll be
nice.
on. I'll make a video for that whenever I get to it. But man, it's where the lumber prices are going again, man. It's going to be worse than it was this summer. You
Oh
know.
yeah. Yeah, that's right up there with fuel prices. Fuel prices directly affect everything, including building material, because they have to be moved. It's all the logistical cost of shipping something. If you have to pay more for the fuel, you're going to have to pay more to ship something from one place to another. Therefore, the price of whatever you're shipping is going to go up. So that includes building material, food, gasoline. It costs more to ship gasoline now, even though, yeah,
Yeah.
the gasoline keeps going up. It, everything, absolutely everything is going up. Zay thank you for the super chat. I think I said your name right. I hope. I hope I said it right. How do my ears look? Can you see my ears?
You got them centered pretty good there.
Yeah, that's because the chair's sitting up where it's supposed to be for like the first time in a month. I don't
And I
have
don't know if you saw
bent
saw
enough
my
to sit
comment
up.
earlier.
I think I've seen both of them actually.
Yeah, your chair is fine, man. You should see my chair right now.
Well, people have been telling me that I have to do a Viking funeral for this chair when I get it replaced. And I've actually talked to somebody that lives near here with some property. He says I can come and burn my chair on his property. So that's a plan for a video. I'm not sure if I'm going to burn this one, though. I have another chair that's in worse shape, but the base is better. So I'm going to see if I can swap them and burn that chair and replace the other
There you
broken
go.
chair with this broken chair. But, I'll make a Frankenstein chair.
There you go. I got a few of those spare parts sitting around.
I got spare parts, that's for sure. I got spare tools. I got probably enough tools. The survival saying is two is one, one is none. When it comes to tools, I got more than two of everything. It just happened that way.
That's the way
I
you got
don't
to do it.
really have room to garden. Big German. Yeah, I think I said it right. I don't have a room to garden. What I do have is a bunch of empty 5-gallon buckets with holes drilled in the bottom of them, and I plan on filling them up. But with the current weather still dropping down in the 20s, I can't put them outside. So I have to actually start my seeds outside as soon as the weather is warm enough for me to do it, because I don't have a greenhouse either. And I could probably start them in the little cups, but I'd have to do it in house, and I have cats, and the cats would destroy them. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
I don't have cats. My wife has cats, 3 of them. I call them live.
Yeah, I just went and got me some. I went to Lowe's and scored me a couple of those little seed starting trays with the little peat discs that you put the water on and expand or whatever. I'm gonna try those out. I don't know if you've tried those before.
No, I don't think I've tried those. I was looking at the Arrow Gardens. I was thinking when the tax check comes to get the Arrow Garden, but then I have the same concern with the cats. I'd have to build like some chicken wire around a cabinet to keep the cats away from me.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I had a plan for that too. I went ahead and while I was buying seeds, I bought some catnip. Might keep them busy and away from everything else.
The problem with one of the cats we have is anytime somebody has a flower like roses or whatever, the cats eat them. They just destroy
Oh,
it and eat them. So if the cats are eating that, what are they going to do to basil growing on my kitchen counter? I mean,
yeah, for sure.
I'm going to eat the cats. If they were kosher, I probably already would have. But they're not kosher, unfortunately. So I can't eat the
Yeah,
cats.
yeah.
I could still make them go missing.
I make dog food.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
do
really
have a
much of
big
a
old
cat
Doberman
person.
that, yeah, probably wouldn't mind that one bit.
You know, when you skin a rabbit and a cat, they kind of look the same.
Yeah, I've never skinned a cat. I've skinned plenty of rabbits, but yeah, that's not kosher either. Won't do that no more either.
No, no, just for dog food.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. But I do need to get myself a crossbow so I can go turkey hunting. Turkey season comes up, I think, here in the next week or two in this state. And yeah, crossbow hunting with turkey because I don't want to waste ammo. So
Right.
crossbow would be the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hurt the cat's cat lady.
I wouldn't
I want
do
to
it either.
cats, but I'm not going to.
They aggravate me, but yeah,
They can be
I'm not that.
very aggravating animals. Cats can be some days for sure,
You
especially when you're trying to sleep. Cats bouncing off the bedroom doors, attacking each other, running around the house like a bunch of herd of elephants. I mean, yeah, whose idea was it to domesticate these animals?
right. I was going to show you this thing I scored at Lowe's too. Check them out. They had this tomato plant right here. It's the cherry tomatoes. Let me get this
Yeah,
camera. Yeah, that one with all the fruit on it was the same price as the one that was about half that size with no fruit.
nice. Yeah, the problem I have with those pre-grown plants like that is they're usually hybrids, and when you buy the pre-grown hybrids like that,
Yeah,
a lot of times you can't reseed them for the next year.
right. It is. It's a hybrid. Hey, what's going on?
What's happening?
Arkansas, you're a little fuzzy.
Yeah, I may have to
And I gotta like try to turn you up because I cannot hear you. Let's see.
let me exit right quick. I'll come right back for a minute.
All right.
Yeah, I found some blueberries like that too, covered in fruit already
Yeah,
for
I used to have blueberry bushes.
$13.
At my other house where I had room to garden, we grew a lot of green beans. We grew a lot of, what else did we grow? My potatoes didn't do very well there. I can tell you that. Cucumber. I grew like pounds and pounds and pounds of cucumbers and green beans, tomatoes, zucchinis. Uh, I had a pear tree. I had blueberry bushes. Um, yeah, there's Arkansas again.
Is that more
Yeah,
better?
yeah,
Look,
yeah. That's definitely louder.
I hear you. What's that?
Sweet.
I thought
What
you
y'all doing?
I figured you needed a troll right quick.
Oh, okay. Well, troll away.
I actually I got some stuff I'm wanting to troll all y'all with.
There we go.
I got that green screen stuff set up now, so my wife said I needed to set it up behind the back seat.
Yeah, you should. So you
Yeah, I'll
actually
get my truck too.
No, I don't have but a few minutes. I just wanted to say hi for a minute.
How's it going? How's your day?
Man, it's all right. It's been supposed to storm here for a little while, and it's really good snaky weather here right now. It's 73 degrees and drizzling rain and very humid.
Sounds like southern weather to me.
Yeah,
Pretty warm over here.
Yeah, it's been
I
60
wish I had one of those greenhouses like that. I need to build one. I got all the material. I just ain't put it all together yet.
I tell you, it wasn't too hard to do, really. I mean, you gotta look around, shop around for your materials. But all I did was use that top rail fence post. You know, the top rail for the chain link fence. That's
Yeah.
what this whole frame is made out of. You know, and I made the bender myself. They had them on Amazon, but I didn't know when the hell it was going to get here, so I just made it myself.
Well, you as far as did I just talk over somebody?
No, I dropped my phone.
Oh, well, as far as PVC pipe goes, you know, when you know, like at work, a lot of times when we've actually got PVC pipe heaters. I don't know if you've ever seen them before, but we've got heat. You know, you can use heat blankets or like heating pads or something like that. Or as long as you don't get it too close, you can use a propane torch. You just gotta, and as soon as you get it the shape that you want it, you gotta run a wet rag over top of it. But we've been PVC conduit like that all the time. Just heat it up.
Well, the reason I went with this is because of Ice Age Farmer talking about that solar minimum and all that. Got me thinking, because I was going to do the PVC route, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't now, because we had over a foot, down here, and that snow would have probably collapsed this thing. I mean, it packed up on top there and stayed. And I even got the plastic running over the top pole, so it has a high peak.
Right.
And it's still packed up there. It's got my plastic kind of stretched out.
We did have some stuff collapse down here, but like when we knew that snow and stuff was coming, our chicken coop, the main part of our chicken coop is, of course, we've got a hen box built on the back of it that's made out of wood, and tin, with a tin roof on it. But then the front part of it is just hooped over PVC with PVC furniture fittings on it. And all I did before all that snow come down here was I throwed a tarp over it and put an extra heat lamp in there, and they've been fine. I mean, it shed the snow good enough the way that it was, even just with that cheap PVC.
Yeah, it depends on your width, I guess. Mine's 14 foot wide, so I just did that for the height because I'm 6'3" and I didn't want to be hitting my head on the bolts. So
yeah,
I mean,
well, I can understand that too. I'm just under you. I'm almost there. Sure. I don't think I'm gonna grow anymore though.
Cat lady, I did get it. Thank you for that. It worked. I sent a reply. Yeah, I'm only 5'8". This is why I carry a Glock.
I'll see his greenhouse will be a lot cheaper than mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the scientific point, the shorter it is, the more heat it's going to retain.
Well, my grandpa was about your same. I think he's 5'7", but when he walks into a room, he's a big man. It's
me too. It's because of the tooth.
Right. There you go.
No, ain't nobody ought to be making fun of nobody's teeth. That ain't right.
No, they were necessarily making fun of. They were just being a little rude and vain about it. which was kind of annoying.
Yeah, that just ain't right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me. I've had way people way closer than me say a lot worse than that. Like, so my mother called me an asshole at least 3 different times. So, yeah, at least. She is
Yeah.
no longer on this planet, though. She passed away of cancer about 6 to 7 years ago at this point. So, yeah, cancer got her. Mm.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Do that. I can't stay very long. We're actually fixing to go do another little reading or something here with the kids here shortly.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Do the Proverbs challenge.
The Proverbs challenge?
Yeah, the Proverbs challenge. There is 31 Proverbs, and you can do one a day, one chapter a day. And they're very short chapters, actually. So 28 would be Proverbs. This is the 28th. It would be the 28th day. Now, obviously, because there's not 31 days in this month, if you wanted to, you could go all the way to the end and just read all of them. Otherwise, you can do one proverb a day starting tomorrow, which is the first, because there are 31 days next month, and you would do one chapter every day.
Well, that would be a good one. I don't, I think I sent you a message. The kids, I asked the girls what they want to start reading next, and they said Exodus, and I think it's because they heard me listening to you in the kitchen. But what we're probably
forget which one I'm on. I mean, because I'm not. That's where I'm at for the channel reading, but where I'm at, I'm way past that. So I always got to remember which chapter or which book I'm reading currently for the channel because I can't remember.
Well, I mean, I've got so many books. I mean, I've got the English version and the NASB, and I've got the scriptures, and I've got the King James, of 2 or 3 different King James, and
this is what's sitting on my desk.
stuff.
There's my scriptures. There's my King James. Let's see. I got another one over here. That's the NIV. It's sitting on this desk somewhere. I think it's over there behind that other monitor.
I don't really like the NIV that much.
Neither do
I don't really like the New King James that much either.
I like the scriptures. The best one I've ever had. To be quite honest, I don't think I would ever read a different one after getting this one. This is just
the scriptures, the NASB, and the English ESV, I think is what it is, are the 3 most literal ones, the 3 most literal translations that I've ever worked with.
Yeah.
But
I got a King James Study Bible, and where it gives reference to, the Strong's references and all that, so you can actually go look up stuff, because they didn't get all the translations exactly perfect on some of the words, and it just changed some of the meanings of some of the verses whenever you go through it. Most of them are not significant, though.
This one got it a lot better.
Yeah.
This is a direct translation from the Hebrew text, so this one definitely got it a lot closer.
Well, that's why the 3 that I mentioned, they, I mean, the scriptures being one of them, they all did that. I mean, they reevaluated the Septuagint and a lot of the early works and stuff like that, and the scriptures, NASB and the ESV, they all are very much more literal than the 1611 King James version is. And the Strong's, my main Bible that I've been using the most is an NASB, but it has a Strong's dictionary and a concordance in the back of it. And I use
Hebrew study Bibles. I've been thinking of getting one of those to help me pronounce names better.
Yeah. And I have trouble pronouncing some of them Hebrew names.
Me too.
Right.
But here's my favorite thing about the scriptures, if I can get this to show. If you see how everything is in bold there, which it's not focusing very well, but can you see the bold print?
Yeah,
And
the
the bold
stuff
print,
that's in bold is old T.
yeah, it's all from the what is called the Old Testament, which is not the actual translation of it, I might add. So this is Matthew chapter 19, verse 5, and said, "For this cause a man shall leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife, and the two of them shall become one." Direct quote from Genesis chapter 2, verse 24.
Yeah. See, and that's what I
Yeshua.
like about both the scriptures and the NASB keyword Bible that I have is that they do the same thing. The let me shine the light in my face, I guess. The NASB that I've got that I study out of most of the time, it does the same thing. It puts the Old Testament, in bold italics or whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, so and then it tells you where to go back and look, and it's pretty helpful,
So this right here is Bible.com, and in Bible.com you can actually look up whichever Bible verse or version you want. These are all different translations of the Bible, so it has pretty much all of them. And what I'm in right now is this. This is the scriptures, and it starts here at Genesis, but you can go all the way to Revelation, anywhere you want in here. You can find the book of Matthew. You can go to where was I? 19 verse 5 and find the same thing I just read right here. Bible.com. Have a little quote right there. It shows you where it's at in Genesis. So this is another great resource, Bible.com, because you can instantly, if you're following along with somebody reading and they're doing a lot of jumping, you can instantly just click here and they say, go to Leviticus 7. Oh, there I am, Leviticus chapter 7. Wa'ikra,
That's really
as it is
cool.
in Hebrew. And that's why I use this also. And you can pull this up on your cell phones. You can pull it up on a tablet. You can pull it up on a computer. It's just Bible.com. That's all there is. So, yeah, I highly recommend checking out whatever translation you want to read. And after you find whichever translation you want to read, you start at this side and you finish at this side because that's how books work. Books work where you start at the beginning and finish at the end. You don't start in what is referred to as the New Testament, which is actually the second writings, also called the Nazarene writings, Messianic writings. The New Covenant is what it should have been referred to. And look, this right here is the New Covenant, and this is the Old Covenant. You know, anybody tells you that the Old Covenant is done away with and you shouldn't read that doesn't know what they're talking about. They haven't really read a book before, obviously.
The thing about it is that the most of the folks that's writing stuff in the New Covenant, they were going off of the Old Covenant.
Pretty much everything. The Sermon on the Mount is almost directly quoted from the Old Testament.
Exactly, and that's the thing about it is that I'm really bad about not reading the Bible linearly. I jump around and cross-reference stuff, and but
oh, I do that too. I got notes written in here on the margins from where I can find what that says in the New Covenant or New Testament as well. I mean, just yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I made quite a few more. I've been writing reference notes on where I can find something at verses on the side there. So I jump around a bit too, but I still read it from the beginning to the end, but I still will reference other things.
Now I've got a question, which I think we're not letting SHTF talk very much, and I'll shut up because I'm probably fixing to have to get off here anyway. But
yeah, me too.
one of the things that I did want to mention that I don't like about the scriptures is the fact that as to the best of my knowledge, they don't have a red letter edition.
Nope.
And
but it makes it very obvious when, you know, Yeshua, or otherwise known as Jesus, is talking. If you're reading it in context, you know when he's talking. You don't need it to be in red letters to say, hey, this is what he said, because all that's doing for you is making you read things out of context, because now you're just reading what he said and you're not reading the context in which he is saying it in. And that's how you get these mistranslations and misquotes of people, and they put those little brackets at the bottom, and he means all the food's clean, even though he was talking about washing your hands throughout the entire chapter of that book. That's
Doesn't
a
have anything to do with anything that gets preached in my church. I can go on and tell you that.
your church would throw me out.
Well, at least our church don't have a steeple on top of it.
Your church would throw me out. Most churches would throw me out at this point, because I would just start pointing out everything they're doing wrong because I'm that way.
Well, I hate to cut it short. I just wanted to say hi for a minute. I might be in the background a little bit, but I got to go I'm fixing to go put a little Bible study thing together and eat supper with my kids and stuff.
Sounds good. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Y'all have a good one.
Don't be trolling nobody now.
I probably won't be tonight, but I bet I will be tomorrow.
All right. I'll be looking for you. Good night.
Yeah, that's one of the blessings I've got with that study Bible. I forgot. I think my mom got it for me for Christmas, but it has all those references in there in the spine or in between the two halves of the page.
Yeah.
It's super handy where I can jump back and forth, because I do the same thing you're talking about. Just that I'm a little lazier about it because it's already been referenced for me on there for all the different
I can read it
places.
for myself and find it for myself and do my own research and do my own study.
Yeah.
Like it has been said by the channels I follow, when it comes to reading this, you should read it for yourself. It is your own responsibility to lead your own self to your own salvation. You should not, contract that out to some other man or woman or preacher, pastor, or whatever. You should not say whatever that one verse they picked out of the Bible and read and then didn't follow 5 minutes after they walked out the door. You should not base your entire faith on that person. You should read the book and make your own assumptions, your own decisions, your own insights. Pray for enlightenment, pray for wisdom and discernment, and he will show you what you need to know in this book, and you will retain so much more knowledge when you do that. And another great help to a lot of people is don't just read it in your head, read it out loud, because reading things out loud engages more of your senses than just your eyes. Because if you're reading things in your head, you're just engaging your eyes as your senses, and you don't remember things as well as if you're just reading it out loud and speaking the words. And it says in here, words have power, words have meaning. So when you're speaking the words and you're reading it out loud, things that you may or may not believe in flee from your presence. They will go away because you don't like the word. And if you're just reading it to yourself, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I've noticed this about myself a lot. When I'm just reading it and I'm not speaking the words out loud, I start getting tired and sleepy, and I don't want to do it, and it's like boring and that's a spiritual attack is what that is. If you're reading the words out loud, they cannot attack you.
That's a good idea, man. And I can tell you, I was under attack about a week ago, and right whenever all this snowstorm hit and everything, and my house was full of people, and I wasn't used to that because all my kids are grown, and I've been, me and my wife and my youngest daughter, of course, because she's handicapped, but just had a house full of people, and it was stressing me out, and I couldn't find a quiet place. I could not, unless I come out here and freeze to death.
I know the feeling.
And it was getting to me, and I was under attack, and I just prayed out loud, for some strength and some peace, and it came to me about an hour later. It came to me.
Just don't ever pray for patience. That's all. That's my only one.
I tell you, if you do, you better be ready.
You better be ready to sit and wait. I prayed for patience back in 2014, 2015, no, 2013, 2014. I got my Class A CDL and I waited for 6 years. I did
Yeah.
sit and wait in a semi truck somewhere, waiting to go home, waiting to get
Uh,
loaded, waiting to get unloaded. I'm like, okay, I don't need any more patience. I got it now. I'm good.
yeah.
Thanks.
It's like, okay, let's really push it, you know.
Yeah.
Let's just let everyone know that this is in the Lord's hands at this point, because no person in their right mind would have waited this long, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, shoot, man, how y'all doing with? Are y'all doing any rain catchment or anything? Or
I have emergency rain catchment plans and the
uh,
wood to set it up with some tarps, but I don't currently have any 55-gallon drums or anything to do that with. And I've been meaning to get some, but yeah, they're expensive. And I know
they're
a
they're
place you
high.
can get for free, but those things have had chemicals in them that I don't really want in my water.
Yeah,
So,
those are not the best. Yeah. Well,
so
I've heard a lot of things about milk jugs. I use them
yeah,
because that's what I got, but I
yeah.
don't plan to drink this water. This is for my plants to drink, and
Oh,
so the little
Bob,
bit of bacteria
I'm gonna
will
get.
probably help them.
Have you seen the bath bobs? I think Angry Prepper showed one of those. It's a big plastic thing you put in your tub and it fills up with water. And
Yeah, so
yeah,
I saw those too. Those are good if somebody like in a city setting or in an apartment. That'd be really good. Yeah. But for what I need, man, and as many people will be showing up at my house again, probably. What I'm going to do is probably do a cistern, a concrete cistern, and
there's the
so
join link, big brother. If you want to pop on and say hi before I call it a stream.
yeah, I can't see the chat. I'm
Yeah.
just on StreamYard.
Well, Jesus says, who actually said patience is a virtue? Serious question. I'd like to know that too. I would really love that answer if anybody can look that up.
Right? I don't know who said that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think they knew what they were talking about.
Right? Must have been somebody fixing to kick the bucket. Wasn't gonna have to worry about it no more.
Maybe. Well, that's Alaska Prepper in the chat, by the way. I call him Big Brother because he started calling me Little Brother one day, so I just started calling him Big Brother. So, yeah, he
Oh,
said he's
cool.
just stopped in to say hell. I think he meant hello, trying to get some.
Nice. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, he's got some cool videos, man.
oh yeah, and I'm just going to throw it out there one more time before I call it because I've already went 22 minutes over my planned time here. Is to
Oh.
help Texas. If you haven't seen the videos, go check out Angry Prepper's video, live stream from yesterday. Alaska Prepper has a video up about helping Texas for a couple of days ago. All the donations are going to Alaska Prepper, who is sending them out to the food banks in Texas. The link for that is in my description. If mods, you want to throw that link up there, I would be grateful for that. Link is in the description. And he has been nominated to handle all the money exchanges and get it to where it's going. Now, there are talks, like I said earlier, of expanding that so we can actually provide physical food supplies and possibly other things to places where it is needed. But we still have to work out the logistics of that and how that's going to work and start taking donations for those things as well. So we're going to get there.
Yeah, those guys over at the food bank, I'm in contact with one of the guys there. I used to contract with them, and they said they've got a lot of food, and what they're short on is volunteers. If there's anybody in the Houston area that's within driving distance, that
I
they
mean,
could
I'm
sure use some
here
volunteers.
in Indianapolis, and I'd be willing to drive to Texas. I have done it many a times. I can do it in a day. I don't tend to stop when I'm driving, so yeah, I'm not worried about driving distance at all. Big brother,
Yeah.
I got a link for you. If you're still out there, there's a link for you. And just to throw it out, while you were talking about the Bizza Rizza Jizza channel that I was sharing the link for over in your live stream, I sent you the text to his channel about 2 weeks, maybe it was a week ago. It told you to check him out. That's why it was familiar.
Yeah, I considered going down there to volunteer, but I've been busy fixing broken water pipes for people. So,
Yeah, I have that kind of skill too. I know how to do the plumbing, fix the water pipes. I've done soldering of copper pipes. I've done galvanized pipes. I've done PVC pipes. I know how to do it. I don't live that close. So
yeah, it's all copper I'm working on.
yeah,
And
copper.
getting those couplings is ridiculous right now. I'm putting T fittings with little caps and little short pieces to make couplings
Really?
because there's just none. Yeah.
Well, you do what you got to do. I mean, at least you got the caps,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I told them, well, if you ever want to expand your water supply somewhere
Yeah.
else in the building, you
Cap
got it
it. There
covered.
you go.
It's already there. Yep. But that's what we got to do right now. Insurance is backed up. Who knows when they're going to show up to check it out?
Yeah, that's like waiting on FEMA to show up and help, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, about a
Where's
day
the
late and a
FEMA
dollar short.
buses at right about now? In the FEMA trucks full of food and water. Where they at?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Day
Never.
late and a dollar short every time.
Yeah, every single time. And it's like the saying goes, and you could rework this into government officials too, but the saying goes, whenever seconds count, the police are only minutes away. Same thing with the government.
Exactly. Yep.
But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it a stream. I've been on here for almost an hour and a half now, which is 27 minutes past my planned time. I do have things to be doing and people to be going, and I have children to deal with. So,
Yeah. All right. I appreciate you having me on, man.
yeah, appreciate you being here. Guys, go check out SHTF Engineering. You're that way. I'm sure Ahmad will throw up the link if they haven't done so already. I'm sure they will. I'm sure you will, mods.
I
Thank
said
you
my
all.
channel's hard to find.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, I'm
Uda.
gonna be putting up some new stuff here pretty soon. So.
Well, you have fun with what you're working on there. Looks like fun to me. I would rather be doing that than sitting here, quite honest with you.
And I'm just trying to get everything together for the rainstorm tonight.
Yeah, I'd rather be doing that than sitting here, quite honestly. Really would. But everybody have a very good night. Have a very blessed rest of your week. Shalom. Don't do anything I would do. Just throwing that out there. And I'll see you guys next time.